Are we on? Are we on, John? Are we on? Are we on, John? Whoever's watching, whoever does watch, whoever does listen, appreciate you guys very much. Arion, Arion, this is Arion Podcast. This is our 210 live because it is most definitely, well, it's 211 now, but we got this going at 210. And for you guys that are new to this podcast of mine, it is called Arion Podcast. And 210 Live is where we talk about San Antonio, the music, and whatnot. What do you think about the music scene here in the city of San Antonio? Are we happy? Are we content? With what is out there, with who is out there, how they are out there. It's all right. Some of it is good, and it's like, man, I'm somewhat kind of hard to impress when it comes to music, mainly because I listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony, and those guys are OG. Of course, they are not from Texas. They are from Ohio. Um, the music is different. Here in Texas, we got music that's a little slow, whatnot. But for the most part, I think it's okay. I think we can do better. We most definitely will, but it's just a matter of time. These artists, either they stay in the city of San Antonio and they continue to support the city, or they go move to a different city and say, oh, San Antonio is a small market, or this and that, or if you want to be a big artist, you got to move out of the city. No, you never know. You just got to have good shit. Some people, they just make music because they got tired of selling drugs or whatever fucking case may be. Everybody's different. Every artist has their own story. Um, you know, Interviewing these artists, some of them, like local artists, it's cool getting to know them, hearing their background stories, and seeing what happens. Maybe they blow up. Maybe they get that big break, or that one song that really puts them on the map. You know, we're gonna support something because it's local. But you want to support something that you actually really like. You don't want to support something that you don't really like. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna lie to you people and tell you that I enjoy every artist here in the city of San Antonio. Because I don't. It's a bunch of repetitive stuff. It all looks the same to me. It definitely sounds the same to me. Most of these artists are young, mid 20s, whatnot. Hell, I'm about to be 40 years old. I'm over here talking about rap music. Get a job, motherfucker. Get a life. Get a hobby, some shit. You know, do something with your life. But I see some youngsters doing their thing. kudos. Um, but skill level, it's like some people learn from their homeboys how to rap. You know, it's like, come on. Are we still in high school? Maybe some of these kids are still in high school. Who knows? But either way, I really don't give a shit um, about some of these artists because it's not even worth it. But anyways, I'm gonna play some music from some people, and maybe some people will get offended and be like, "Oh my God, I like that person," or whatever the case may be. To each its own. We're allowed to like, we're allowed to dislike things. You know, hopefully you know, and maybe you'll know that I'm trolling, but maybe you think that I'm really, really serious. This person, I don't even know her name, but it's a female, and you see it. For those that are listening in radio world, whatever listening platform you're listening to, there's this chick sitting on a chair backwards. She sounds like this.
To represent San Antonio and to do a little shout out. Shout out to my niggas out there that are putting San Antonio on the map, little promoters, rappers, and whatnot, and trappers app. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Share it, like it, masturbate to it, whatever, you know. Okay. And inbox me. I'm gonna do shout outs. Wait, representing San Antonio, you already know.
She goes hard.
Try baby, slay, slay, TP money. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Set it tone. San Antonio. Yes. Yes. Yeah. San Antonio.
God bless her soul though. You know, like she probably did more things than I've only wished to accomplish when it comes to music. You know, you gotta just go out there and just put yourself out there. Some people would say it's awesome music. Let's listen a little more.
Shout out to that Dayton, Texas boys for rent. Yeah, they think all that hell is noise. Got the grudge, showing love with some thugs. We got that Marco Boda. He ain't fuck with us. Yeah, AJ, activist up in this bitch. Yeah, you know what the fuck it is. Chop, chop, roll, black. Yeah, we been this cop.
I kind of want to sit on my chair backwards now, but I don't think it's gonna work because it has these handles. See, we get, well, not we. Some people get that impression that are not from San Antonio, not from Texas, that it's all about H Town, even D Town. You know, hell, maybe even Austin may have a better music scene than the city of San Antonio with stuff like that. You know, what the fuck is that noise? Um, I don't blame people when they say, you know, that San Antonio has trash rappers. You know, it's not true. Not 100% true. Um, a bunch really are not that good, But hell, man, some of them, most of them are doing better than me, whether it's financially or whatever the case may be. Because I see they be throwing money in their videos. Hopefully, they're paying child support and doing whatever the fuck else they got to do. Get back to the community, do all that shit. All right, get your bars up, but also help the community because that's what's really, really important. The community. You know, you want to help the kids. If you really want to help the kids, stop rapping. That would really, really help some people. So the next generation, help the next generation by giving them a book instead. Giving them your album, that is not gonna work. That's gonna fucking destroy this city. Some music though that I listen to, some people that I listen to are dope. I had a playlist. I don't know where it went. Damn it! It was just like some artists from here. Some music I did dig, and some maybe I do not. I know more people are interested in what I do not like. I know that's what it always is about the people you don't like. Which names do you say that artists that you don't like? You'd be surprised because a person like me, believe it or not, I'm picky when it comes to music. You know, I gotta like this blunt again. You remember when this song came out? It was originally by a gentleman, Young Jeezy, talking about putting on for the city. This is the San Antonio remix by Put On.
In my city, got the water to see. Easy, I can dig it. You got me, I got the city on my down. Sitting on the phone, this is good on my phone. Then I come around, everybody bow down. Cause they know kids to drop a hater to the ground. I'm the beast, call me a monster. Said I got more baby than they follow in the longer.
I like Kali, King Kali. I'm on the inside though. You know, he does a lot of mixtapes type work, you know, but those albums are nice. I like some of his features with artists here in the city of San Antonio. Of course, that gentleman was a member of Third Degree. Um, Originally from Houston, but of course, raised in the city of San Antonio. He also went to IUW, if I'm not mistaken, right word. So you got to show him some love, man, because he oh yeah, Cardinal. I think that's what they are, Cardinals. Either way, we're talking about music. Right here it says, "Okay, I'm dead." You said, "God bless her soul," for real though. And right about one thing, she got out there and was brave. You know, that's one thing that you always have to give kudos to people, and it gives you reinsurance that you have a long road ahead of you. If you can uh, create stuff like that, you know, that's amazing. But if you can create something better than that, then it's gonna just really, really take you a long way. You know, music, I love it so much. I never went into a studio. I went into a studio once a long time ago, and they were more worried about selling crack than my track. So more worried about crack instead of my track. So um, yeah, you know, like life is also funny. We laugh at other people, we laugh at ourselves sometimes when other people are laughing. So you know that way we're not laughing alone. Um, but you know, you laugh at a lot of things sometimes when you're trying to be serious. But sometimes you know you have to bring that laughter in because it for me it like calms me down. It gives me a sense of like hope. Like I feel like there's still hope for some people. Some people that have yet to be discovered. There's a bunch of people out there, amazing artists in the city of San Antonio that have yet to maybe get a break, and let's say have been rapping, creating music for a while, being that artist that they are, not just putting bars together because it rhymes, and you're to the beat, and you got a big old gun in your hand. Like, there's a lot of things that people do, and it's repetitive. Like, I don't want to hear about that same shit that people talked about in the 90s, guns and drugs and hoes. I want to talk about how you want to help the community, how you want to be there for your family. I want to talk about how you take care of your kids. I want to hear about how you deal with uh, mental health issues, how you deal with depression, how you deal with loss, how you cope with life. That's the shit I want to hear. I want to hear stuff like that because I know I can smoke a blunt and get high. I know I can rob and steal and kill. I know I can talk about my gun and how many bullets and how fast it shoots and how many people I can hit in a matter of seconds. Like, it's okay. We need to grow up, talk about real life issues, talk about things that really need to be said. We need to talk about, all of these gun laws, whatever you believe when it comes to these gun laws, that's to you, but at least bring it to the light, show people that you are aware of what's going on, and especially for the community, because when the community starts to speak and go against you, that's when you're going to be like, oh shit, I was doing something wrong. Yeah, you were doing something wrong. You talked either bad about our city, because maybe some people think their heads, they're just too awesome, or too amazing for the city. They're like, man, I'm bigger than San Antonio. Or some people, when they go and move to a different city, they you know don't really show love to the streets that made them. Some people will, in a way of money, drugs, but really listening to your community is what's really important. When you listen and you're able to adapt and adjust to what the community is talking about and going through, then maybe people will really, really listen more. Even if they are already listening, you want more people to listen. You want people that you would never imagine that would listen to your music. They're listening because you're talking about situations that maybe they are going through. You're talking about stuff that touches them personally. You always want to be able to go that extra mile for your listeners. You know, not just put out some shit because homeboy dropped something. Don't worry about what other people are doing. We have to just worry about what we're doing. We have to stay consistent when it comes to our lives. We have to have pride and take pride in our life, in our music, and our abilities to provide um, for you. You know, this gentleman I'm gonna play right now, he goes by the name of Lil Yoda. And I fuck with Lil Yoda. He goes by the worst rapper in Texas, but he is definitely not the worst. Not even close, but no, he is most definitely, I want to say, in the top 10 artists in Texas that I personally like. But I think he is going to have a huge following, and he is going to impact the community because he already does. Temporary Pain. This is one of my personal favorites from this gentleman. I think it is just on a single. I wish it was maybe on an album, because to me personally, what it meant made that album a little bit more impactful. But you never know; it might be on his next album or whatnot. I sure wish it would, because people that don't know, they get your album, you're like, this was just a single, but I needed to put it on my album. That way, you know, maybe when people will listen to it, you don't know. Even if you have your single, people are gonna listen to it. People like me most definitely do. I'm going to continue to support it. And yo, I do not own the rights to this music. Yeah, here we go. Temporary Pain by Lil Yoda. You guys may have heard this before. He is the gentleman that has right now a song that's blowing up. It's called Gas. Um, that's a good song too. But right here, this is my personal favorite, Temporary Pain.
Temporary pain, temporary pain, I know how it feels when you know with a broken heart. Bruises ain't gon' heal you, leave with a couple scars. Temporary pain, cause I know how it is to lose you can't win. I'm really confused how we make it make sense. She really good. That shit gon' come and it's gon' blow you up your head 1,000 times before you wind up on the floor. Yeah, gotta keep it trusting till you find yourself, you know. Yeah, gotta keep swimming till you find yourself broken. And eventually you'll be up on the top somewhere. Instead of hustling and grinding on the block somewhere. The only mission was to get in and get out. But they just wanna fit in. I make the bitches sit out. Hey, ain't got time for the nonsense. A lot of people like that. Easy conscience. You niggas all in the shame. Talking down on my name. Running back to these bitches and throwing salt in my game. Right? That shit gon' hurt you to the core. When it's your own people that hurt you even more.
Are we on?
Temporary pain, yeah. I know how it feels when you know the broken heart. Bruises ain't gon' heal you, leave with a couple scars. Feel the lose, you can't win. I'm really confused how we make it my scene. Hey, somebody said this wouldn't last long. That was years ago when that person is passed on. Every right, nothing's ever permanent. Little place they discouraged me, wasn't no encouragement. I'm talking about the principle, they know it was a tournament. They hit me for my power, only they hanging like a ornament. I watched the fade to black.
Yo, Lil Yoda, I most definitely um, encourage you folks to follow, subscribe to that gentleman, show him some love, because his numbers are not where they should be. You know, a lot of people go out to bigger platforms and pay to be on here, or maybe they, you know, invite you. Either way. Where are we going with this?
Cause I know how it feels to lose, you can't win. I'm really confused how we make it make sense. She really good.
All right, where we're going is, you know, music is an art, not something for you just put out there because you have the equipment or your homeboys have the equipment. You're like, fuck it, I want to be a rapper too. You know, it really, really, really irks me because not everybody um, has that ability, that skill, that artistic mindset to be able to create um, this form of art and music and provide to the community through you know speakers, through um, headphones, you know, and you really have to be really, really. hard on um, these people because they're gonna get support and love regardless. You know, because maybe they're already big name here in the city of San Antonio. You know, maybe they already have X amount of subscribers or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Like people are gonna be down for you because they're related to you. People are gonna be down for you because oh man, they went to my same school, or hey, sabes que my homeboy listens to you, so that's why you support them. Like, you know, there's a lot of reasons why we do what we do, but if a stranger supports you just because they like your music, then you know, then it's something. You know what I'm saying? You have your people that listen to whatever you listen to, you know, and you have people that listen to music that has meaning, you know, music that has that passion, um, and you can feel the energy when you see these music videos and stuff, and it's real. You know, some people are having fun. You know, it's a job, of course, being an artist for them. I'm sure, of course, it has to be a job, right? It's a job for them, and they have to provide you and I um, with something that is good. In a way, I guess, in a way, some people think it is good. You know, not everybody is gonna think it's good. I'm one of those persons that doesn't think every artist here in the city of San Antonio or in Texas uh, or in general is amazing. You know, some of us need to, you know, relax a bit, get our foot off of the gas, and not hype ourselves up so much to a point where we hype up other people. And then, you know, I think that this guy is literally the best in the city. You know, like, no, who is that? We do not know. You know, any artist should believe that and think that they are the best wherever they're from. You know, wherever you live, wherever you reside, whatever fucking side of town you live on, or whatever exit you're about, it don't really matter. Okay, where the fuck you're from. It just matters where you're going. And we always get sidetracked when we are on our road trip to wherever we are headed. Um, we forget about those people that really, really, really um, are down for you and support you, and not just listen because you know it's cool, it's what's popping, it's what everybody's listening to. Like it because you like it, not because other people are telling you you should listen to this, you should listen to that. You know, I'm not saying like Lil Yoda. He's actually the worst rapper in Texas. Lil Yoda, all right, worst rapper in Texas. And I didn't say that. He said it himself. But that is just a work because, of course, we all know this gentleman is not the worst rapper in Texas. But I really, really dig him. I dig his music. I dig his mindset. So as an artist, I do want to give that gentleman his flowers now. Lil Yoda, much love to that gentleman. We gotta maybe get him in the Bone Zone again. Maybe so. Maybe. What do you? Can we get Lil Yoda in the Bone Zone again for another interview, another um, exclusive? Yeah. All I smoke is gas.
Niggas always talking to get into the best, but they really don't smoke on the best spot. Put my hands on toes to the fish shit, and around to the dumb to the good shit. Niggas wanna be cheap and that's good, and around till they got low, they push shit. And I'm already knowing what they could be. Everybody in the city wanna push me. I'm in dope, push me, push me like a sweetie, I would be. This to the top, it took me, and my eyes were deep, and it took me back. It took me back, my zone, it must have 3 times, so they gave me the shoot he got. I'm on the scale, man, I got to start a sale, man. Got no problem buying it, that shit gon' sell it, sell, man. Push the mic alone, that's a different kind of smell, man. You can have that other shit, I'm gon' like this L, man. Cause all I smoke is gas, gas, me no bullshit, switching garbage.
All right. So music. is oh, universal language. Universal language from the artist to the listener to the fan to the person that pretty much pays their bills. Unless they, of course, getting paid from the record company, then that is. But when it comes to merch, when it comes to things with your name on it, your brand, you're all about your brand. I understand you're about your business, you know. But sometimes, when it comes business, families get involved, and a bunch of shit gets, you know, all discombobulated. And it's like, what's really going on? Like, can everyone just like maybe understand that there is going to be somebody that is always going to be better than you? I understand that there's a bunch of fucking people that are better than me and a bunch of things in life in general, and being a boyfriend and being a father and being a brother and being a son, and being a coworker and being a podcaster, and being a radio voice and just being a person. There's a bunch of people that have bigger hearts, more people that would go out there, go on a limb, if you will, for the people. And sometimes people do that because they financially can help other people. So yeah, of course, when the day comes and we're financially stable enough to where we can help people in the community besides family, and friends and boneheads and bitches and bitch ass hoes and hoe ass bitches and bitch ass niggas, because yes, Stephen and Mel can be a bitch too, and for anything. I live maybe 4 blocks from Haven for Hope. That is a place where people that need help and services go, for either financial, mentally, food. Like they got a bunch of stuff, place to sleep, stay. Like it is not the best, but I remember sometimes when I would go, make make tacos, breakfast tacos, like it's not something that is amazing, like chorizo and egg tacos, whatever. I'll go out there and I'll just walk around here on the west side because, like I said, there's a bunch of people that may live out in the streets or choose to live in the streets or just fuck it. We sometimes just want to be out here in the streets because we're working on our tan or whatever the fucking case may be, whatever issue you're dealing with, you're gonna deal with that issue your way because it's your mind, and our mind is a very terrible thing to waste, and we always look at people, artists, people we see on TV, on social media, people that got so many followers, X amount of followers, or they're not verified unless you don't follow them unless they have that purple fucking check mark shit, that stamp, or whatever the fucking case may be. It's okay to sometimes root for the underdog, as long as you know that person you're rooting for has a chance to be greater than people that are already out there, because they deserve it. And you deserve that satisfaction to be able to say, you know what, that is true. Not everybody is going to be amazing, you know, ranking, rank and artists from San Antonio. I think I want to do that. I'm gonna do that eventually, and I'm gonna maybe get some backlash from some of these artists, but you know, well, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here on my music videos or my lives or my whatever social media with guns and shit like that all the time in your presence. There's no need to. And there's a lot of things where where we do, where it's trendy. Don't be part of the trend. Set the trend. Like be the one that is a little different. That is an oddball. per se, you know, that is a little quirky, a little goofy, you know, and maybe a little off because of upbringing and whatnot. And it doesn't matter, you know, you have to be mature enough to understand what's going on when you're creating music because it's there forever, you know. Do I have to charge that? Fuck my life. We're about to die. All right. Well, that is about to go off, so I gotta find the charger. Where I don't know where it is. So yeah, if we go off, we go off. But I'm gonna go ahead and play something real quick. I'm not from the north side, east side, west side, south side. I was raised downtown. I and I still somewhat live downtown, although this is like the west side. Right. And welcome to the west side. All right. Car commercial mission. Mitsubishi. I can't even say that word. Mitsubishi. Listen to some Marbach Baby. Curtis Garcia, a gentleman that I do dig. Do like his music. And yeah. Let me get that fucking charger, yo.
G, baby. After this, we take your flight back away. Yeah. Hey, look, I stepped in the door smelling like a pound of dope. And I don't even smoke, I was busting down the pole. Keep that on the low, baby, keep that on the low. Money on the table, with the choppers on the floor. I came a long way from busting down the quarter zone. Yo, in the club with a lot of quarter soul. Big 40 took, I don't never walk alone. Liquor can't make them shake like they dance to lay it on. Don't hear my line, I ain't answering the phone. Had to do a little time, but I'm back, bitch, I get it for the low, but I left that shit alone. Play it at my phone and they won't leave me alone. Racks in my safe, it ain't safe in my place. You could probably catch a case, stepping foot in the gate. I'm sliding through the state with some big boy skates. Spur on the head, let them know where I stay. San Antonio takes, I'm a bar box, baby. In the 35, I'ma do about 80. Yeah, I keep it cool, but my hood going crazy. So don't try to blame me if you care about your safety. Creeping with Jan, had a gauge on my lap. They pulled out a strap, now we on our way back. Hector in the front, and it's me in the back. Pulled up with the mask, lit them up like some trash. I don't really like to bring up shit from the past. My OG left 25 bag, cause he brag. I was selling bricks when your ass was in class. Had the car with a stash in the dash for the strap. I don't want the brick if it don't got a stab. I used to catch plays underneath the street lamps. I lost 4 sips, couldn't coke in my ass. Cause I done seen the blender still get Sheila in the back. If you got the flow, get the packs for the low. If you need a phone, it's gonna be 200 more. And I need it quick, I'm correct with my dough. I don't wanna hear that the shit's moving slow. Or that the police came in the door. Or they booty do when you do it.
All right. Of course, some of this music is going to get copyright claim on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, we are live on YouTube. We are live on the Facebook. Either you're watching on the Steve Anthony Monreal TL page or the Arion Podcast page on Facebook. I appreciate you very much. Maybe you're listening, just listening in Radio World. Are you out there? Anybody? Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, of course, is where that gets uploaded. And this is episode 40. Yeah, episode 40, I think. Whatever it is, all I know is this is 210 Live, 210 Live, 210 Live. Right now we're listening to some Curtis Garcia, Marbach Baby. What's on the description? We're talking about who's your favorite artist in the city of San Antonio and who's your worst. I guess maybe if it's music, if I don't play your music, then there's your answer. This gentleman could be a good reason why a bunch of these artists now are shining and really, really getting heard or whatnot. But I'll give you this artist, and he's fucking Amazing. Rest in peace, Yonzo the Youngin. Yeah.
My baby mama hold me up, bitch, you ain't gotta write me. I put my pistol in your mouth, bitch, you ain't gotta bite it. But please don't pop up at my show, bitch, you is not invited. Yeah, the Raiders want me, yeah, they want me in the set. I did, I put the tripping on that bitch, aiming it for real. Put the bustin' at that pussy, aiming at his head.
All right. That's all you get. That's actually all you get, Yonzo. All right. Rest in peace, young gentlemen. And you think about gun violence that's going on today in the world. There was maybe like in the past 24 hours or whatnot, give or take a day or two, depending on the location where you are on the other side of the world. But in Nigeria, there was a mass shooting in Nigeria. And also, this person had like some type of bombs or whatnot, and took the lives of maybe, if not more, 50 people, 50 souls were taken. I think it was northwestern part of Nigeria. And I know it's on the other side of the world, but we're just having a bunch of chaos everywhere. You know, of course, it's different land, a bunch of different rules, different rulers, whatever's going on in that side of the world. We still want to pray for people, you know, because somebody lost a mother, somebody lost a kid. This happened at a place of worship. So not even the place you go and pray is a safe place, you know. Yeah. All right, Yonzo the Youngin, much love to that gentleman. Um, all right, let's see if we can find another artist in the city of San Antonio. You know, and we're gonna play another artist. Hopefully it pops up. If not, we'll just play some Nelly. We'll just play some Nelly. All right. This gentleman is not necessarily from San Antonio, born and raised, whatnot. We all have our own stories. Now does reside here in the city of San Antonio, and would people would consider him a San Antonio artist, you know. So we're gonna give High Strung, you know, also because he's been here, and I wouldn't have somebody on here that I really ain't fucking with. I'm kind of glad I didn't have some people, because yeah, yeah. Listen, let's listen in. Listen. Oh shit.
Driving through the streets, bumping UGK, styrofoam double cup, sweaty lane below.
They ask me where I'm from, I tell them Tone City.
On the Crown Vic, on them 20 hoes, slumber Kobe still in the parking lot pulling on a hoe. All cheese, water, starch, jeans, sipping on the phone. 15s rattling the trunk, blasting Trey and Rowe. Swear to God, we made a whole club out the cover stuff until 12 came and shut it down. You know how I go. I be on my ears because I would listen to the old folks. Went behind the ears, but I observed and I know.
That song does have King Khalid, Libola, those gentlemen. Of course, make the up list. The up list. Up. Yes, you're not watching. Ups and downs. Up, down, up, down, up, down, and all around. Life is a very fucking precious thing, and we're wasting it. And I say that me personally, because we could be in the studio right now. We're not. Instead, we're talking about other artists. Right? Talking about other people. Why are we talking about other people for? We could be talking about ourselves, Steven. I'm probably one of the worst rappers in the city of San Antonio. That's why I don't rap. That's why I stick to my day job. Yep, yep, yep. Billy on the board. Yes, it is I. You are now watching. Actually, I'm gonna start just saying listening because for people that are just listening in radio world, it's not fair to them. You know what I'm saying? They always get watching. And they're like, I'm not watching, I'm listening, motherfucker. I should just say viewing. Streaming. Are we streaming? Are we on? And this is the shittiest podcast you can probably listen to. we do a lot of idiotic things here. We are not, we don't really go by an agenda. We don't really have like anything to say. we're just giving you something because something is better than nothing, right? Is that what we're doing? Something is better than nothing, so we might as well just give you something. No, I'm not gonna do that. We're not gonna go there because it's 210 live. I was gonna play some Bone Thugs and Harmony, but actually I can play Bone Thugs, right? Because this is the Bone Zone. We're still live in the Bone Zone with Big Sam Hurt. Um, so we're gonna take a bone break. Bone break, yes. You're such an idiot, Steven. Is this why nobody is watching? Is this why nobody listens? We're trying to build our audience, damn it. Yes, especially out there in radio world. Any listening platform, platform, listening platform. Are we on? Are we on, John? So we're gonna take a bone break further. Hurry yourself. I need to pay Google. Damn you, Google. I need to send you some money. All right. This has been my jam of the week, and it's just Monday, so it's like you figure you're gonna hear the song all week long because you already didn't hear it last week all week long. My blessings. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about. This is just some crazy boom. My blessings. And of course, I did not own the rights to this music, but I do support it. I wish we had a little more artists like this in the city of San Antonio. Talk about this and that. Billy Singles.
You bless, we bless, be blessed. I prostrate to believe and give a praise. Thank God for the faith. The day she acting like a king, like a slave down, so we can always say, I better praise the Lord. I told me live it now. The days are short, the sun's going down. You make me know, never count the cloud. You feel the sacred for it. Living in the now, patiently waiting for it. Never lose the stress, so I'ma take my high. Don't believe it, so we don't slip my mind. Believe the resurrection, so I'm not afraid to die. This ain't my real life, feel like it. Cause it ain't about money. Killing nigga in this, guess what? They take coming. Niggas don't exist, I need to feel lovely. Now all the truckers they see me shining. This is what life supposed to be, my blessing. This is what life supposed to be, my blessing. This is what life supposed to be, my blessing. This is what life supposed to be, my blessing. This is what life supposed to be.
Yeah, this is what life's supposed to be. This is what music's supposed to be.
My blessing. This is what life supposed to be, my blessing. Listen to the money, everybody come dancing. Now we see how much of what you come when you be fast. But can't take the money with you if you're feeling neglected. Only your possessions, which is exit to the next man. Just like a lady, like it's in the conversation. I feel wisdom got me feeling like $1,000,000. Competition got me feeling like no need to bother. Opposition never see it like no need to follow. My intention is my decision, no need to follow. Let my brothers take the lead, I can see tomorrow. Let the blessings be received and relieve my sorrow. You don't need to do it, take a sip from the bottle, this hollow. Never stop being that you believe. We up in the sky, you should take it like me. Meet me in the sky. Sweet me in the light, the light. This is what life close to me, my blessing. This is what life close to me, my blessing.
But of course, everybody is different. Not everybody wants to count their blessings. Not everybody wants to count their blessings. Not everybody counts their blessings. People ignore some blessings. Children, blessing. You are a blessing. I'm a blessing to somebody, not to me. No. It's about love. I really don't want to say any names when it comes to artists I do not like. Personally, not personally. It's just like music-wise, just not my cup of joe. You know, I'm not gonna play another guy. A few more actually. We have time. I had. Well, I guess I didn't have it. All right. Yeah. We're not gonna do that. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna tell you who I think the best. I don't really think the city of San Antonio has like. They may have people that are more popular, you know, that are trending, and that's amazing. There's also some people that are not, trending. That doesn't mean they're not out there helping, try to save lives, change lives, motivate, influence. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle is my favorite artist. Tupac is my favorite artist from the city of San Antonio. Yeah, Twisted. LL Cool J. Man, I love LL Cool J. I'm not even gonna lie about that shit. But Backstreet Boys. I fuck the Backstreet Boys. I like Backstreet Boys. Shit. Did you know that they're back? Aren't they on tour? They're going on tour. We gotta get them on the phone. Yo, live your life. Don't let life live you. Take it one day at a time, one step at a time. Wherever you are in life, just hold on, maintain that hold, and ask for help, ask for advice, ask for, a bunch of things in prayer. That's really important. I would think so. Keep your faith. Yo, hurry on. For whoever's watching right now live, thank you very much. This is a beat, of course, that I'm sure you probably heard on TikTok or whatnot. Um, but I like it. And it makes me want to sing, makes me want to dance. It puts me in a trance. No, but for real though, live life. Don't let life live you. You're gonna be alright. Promise you that. Well, I can't really promise you that because if I do, you can always take me to court and be like, you promised to me that I was gonna be okay. You know, sometimes that's not always the case. So in the fine print, right there, I'm gonna put it like smaller than those white letters and that red banner right there. Not all the time. All right. What are we doing to this? Oh, I'm just trying to get it back. Yeah, of course. Let's see if I can rap, if I can sing. I said sing. I'm not gonna sing. Sing rap. Can I sing rap? Do people sing rap? My worst artist in the city of San Antonio, you know, Lil Yoda is the worst in Texas. I'm just the worst in San Antonio. Yeah, still. We're gonna put ourselves on the line, the front line. No, I really don't give a damn, yo. Apparently, I protested back in 2017, a long time ago. That was just a little tree. Leave the little tree alone. The little tree didn't do nothing to you. Are we on? Probably not. I'm sure we're blocked already. Are we canceled? They canceled. Yes, this is episode 40. I'm just trying to get a bag. Yo, for real though. Family, friends, family, boneheads, bitches, bitch ass hoes, hoe ass bitches, and bitch ass niggas. Because yes, Stephen and Milk can be a bitch too. But Shelby, baby, Michaela, mommy, it is I, Billy on the board with your 210 live, 210 live, 210 live. All right. This gentleman goes by SATG, the Uncrowned King. Here we go. That's it. I'm just trying to get a bag, get more shit than I ever had. So hope you can't be ahead of your whole life. So what if I got you wide? Whereby you and live your life. What did I say? We talk about being the shooter on the trigger on the other side, you know, but I don't know. I don't think I really want to purposely. I don't want to shoot anyone, but when shots are fired, hopefully you hear them and you're. I'm just trying to get a bag, get more shit than I ever had. So close, you can't be ahead of your whole life. So what if I got you wide? Whereby you wanna live your life? Cause I could be the shooter with my finger on the trigger and I won't think twice. I won't think twice. Cause I'm just trying to get a bag, get more shit than I ever had. So hope you can't be ahead of your whole life. So what if I got you wide? Whereby you will live your life. Cause I could be the shooter with my finger on the trigger. And I won't think twice, I won't think twice. That's just the hook. We don't really write around here. So, you know, we're just gonna, when we get into the studio, we're just gonna hit it like that and see where it goes. And we are in like a nice, like, however many multi-$1,000 studios instead of this homemade one here. But it's a Bone Zone. We're most definitely live in it. It is I, Big Sam Heard, Billy on the board. Yes, most definitely. Are we on podcast? And for those that are just listening and just listening, I always want to give you an extra thank you because you guys deserve it. Not that you don't, that it's right now watching via either YouTube or Facebook. Hopefully, we get people on YouTube, that start to show us some love. Make sure you subscribe to Ari on Podcast on YouTube, as a matter of fact. Click the bell for notifications. Um, so Smooth, I appreciate you for allowing me to do what I got to do when it comes to my life, my family, and we still have to work on contracts with that gentleman. And maybe we're gonna start some franchise out in the city of San Antonio. This is all make believe shit right here, just so you know. Um, in the city of San Antonio, we're gonna open some smoothies here in the city of San Antonio. Of course, with the stamp of approval by Sir Smooth himself. Uh, we'll see how that goes, and then maybe one day we can work our way over to the pantry and see what we find in there and what we can create, um, because it's going to be very special. Because I want to cook what The Rock is cooking. I think he has a cookbook, and that's the name of it. Shout out to The Rock, most definitely the great one. But we're talking about who's the great one of the city of San Antonio. Um, who do you think? Who do you think? Yeah. Uh, we, that was actually a different song, which is I'm just trying to get a piece of the pie, but that's different song now. So I just created that and then I changed the sound because it was different rap and how I did it. But I think like that, Amy, thank you for that. It really, really like, I don't create music, but as an artist, we can definitely establish that stuff. Like we can create something on the drop of a dime when whatever we have to do, we have to lay it out there for people that are going through things that, you see a bunch of people always flossing and showing they have this and have that. And then they wonder why they get jacked or they get shot or they get killed or this and that, because people are going to be envious in a way where they actually go and do something to harm somebody's family. That is a sad world we're living in. But unfortunately, it happens. And I would hate for it to ever happen to, my family, your family, our family, but, we have to continue to send prayers to anybody that is affected in any way. If you have family members that may be going through cancer or going through, just the loss of somebody dealing with an illness, whether it's physically, mentally, it affects us and it affects everybody else, to a way where we are not very motivated. And even at that, feeling like you don't deserve to be somewhere isn't a reason for anybody to go and shoot your gun because you just got it. You just turned 18. You got your license. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go shoot some shit up. Like, no, man, that's not what we're supposed to do, you know. And what it's about is just having sense of what to do and what not to do, when it comes to firearms and weapons and harming people in general. You gotta love. Even though this is who I like and who I think is the worst. It's not that I don't love these gentlemen. I personally don't know them. And they will never know me. But maybe, but you never know. When people's paths cross, I believe it happens for a reason. We all know situations and how things happen. People say it is written. Most definitely. Yes, it is written in my book, your book, and everybody else's book. Billy on the board. It is I. And Billy, I thank you, man. You don't get enough credit, but Billy, you really helped me a lot, Billy. That's Billy on the board. Billy on the board. He's up there. Billy on the board. Um, but a lot of people that help you are up there. Like, you know, You point up to the sky, like, point to the sky. People that you love, admire, that are not here with you anymore. People that help influence you to be, a better person, a stronger person, a more motivated person, a more go-getter type attitude, a more, I can take a now. I can take a now, but I'm gonna bounce back and I'm gonna fucking be better than that last version of me. I'm an Android, but if I was an iPhone, you got to be that latest. Because once you get outdated, then you got to rebrand and you got to evaluate everything for your listeners, for your followers, for people that really support you. Uh, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to build a platform where we can have one, or we can have 100, or we can have 1,000. Imagine a million people watching just because they want to listen to what a person says or what they do with somebody else here in the Bone Zone. Maybe we're making smoothies, or maybe we're talking about mental health with Verso, Big Verso. And Big Verso, I fuck with Big Verso. I appreciate him for really, really spitting knowledge, and just being a nice human being. Um, and I'm not saying that just because his cousin is watching, but we're talking about the best for somebody that still doesn't have any, it's going to be on the way, Verso, Big Verso. Um, I kind of stopped playing music now, but, you know, you always want to be in a place where either you will get your recognition for things, or you may not, but as a worker, as a person, as we have an obligation as parents, as children. Maybe we don't, do we have an obligation as children? Maybe so, to be a good child, right? To be a good child. um it's all right. For people that are listening and only listening in the radio world, Miss Lopez says, um, no, but you really are speaking facts. It's why I listen. Most people ain't saying shit. They really ain't, or they really are full of themselves. We need to love and be humble, and you can have 1 million followers. You know, it's possible. We have to always know that they say wrestling's fake. It is fake. Not the actual fight. The whole scripture of it, how it is scripted, how these gentlemen have spots is what they call it, like a hot tag, like it's a tag match. When the crowd, when the people that are watching, that are listening, that are hearing, that are just enticed to what is going on in that squared circle is what they call it. When you're there at a live show, they don't actually have the announcers calling the match and saying, "Oh yes, and then John Cena, John Cena, John Cena." Um, that's all outdated. John Cena is I've been in wrestling a long time, but I keep up with things. I say John Cena for a reason, because he's my favorite. And not because of his five knuckle shuffle, or because I can't see him, because of things that he's done, outside of the ring, when it comes to Make a Wish Foundation, and a bunch of those kids that are going through something, or maybe young adults that maybe are on their last bed, if you will. And it's sad, because it can happen to any of us. It can happen to my children. It can happen to next generations or whatnot. But it's how we overcome any situation, by spreading love. So John Cena, much love. John Cena, we're gonna get you here in the Bone Zone, John Cena. Of course, you guys won't be able to see him, but yeah, that's good. John Cena, much love, John Cena. I don't give a damn. Somebody's gonna call me a mark. Go ahead. I don't give a shit. I predicted all of last night's Hell in a Cell predictions on who was gonna win, and it was so not even convincing. to me, but that's wrestling. I can get very, 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 very like, and not too in depth, but like passionate about that sport. Glorified gymnastics, or some people just say, that it's a men's soap opera. You see men running around in their chones, like, you know, it's the whole character, and the time that they invest in the character, the building and storytelling of what's going on the show. You have to be captivated to want to watch the next episode of this or that, because if not, you're gonna go and watch, let's say hockey or whatever the fuck is on your show. Like, oh yeah, mi historia. And you gotta, hey, mija, mi historia starts in 5 minutes. Man, I miss like carrying my grandma. Like a lot of things that we take for granted, like our grandparents, um, those people went through more shit than we did, like especially looking at years they were born, and as children, what their parents had to go through, and then maybe their parents are taking it out on them, and while they're little ass kids, like we have no fucking idea what went on in the 40s and the 60s, unless we were actually born then and then lived to tell it. And the 70s and then whatever pandemics are still going on in the 80s, still to this day in 2020, whatever the fuck year. I don't even pay attention anymore. 2022, sir. And it's crazy. But my worst, I don't really, besides that first person that came on, worse is like, it's not really a race, so it's not like somebody coming in a place. Some people are maybe on higher levels and may have more status and more money and maybe have more streams and more actual physical records sold out of the trunk, or whatever the case may be. There's so many um, artists and people that rap and call themselves artists or whatever the shit, whatever the stick, whatever the shtick, whatever the stick. It doesn't really matter what you come up with. You have to captivate people's, of course, when they're listening, you have to really catch them in the first few seconds of them viewing. If not, they're gonna change to something else. Like what happened right now. We had another person watching and they're like, fuck this bullshit, or whatnot. Maybe they have something to do, or maybe, it doesn't matter. We're still gonna keep it going, because when we have a set goal, and that's to do better, to progress, to be able to help provide not only myself, for people I love, for people that love me, for people that helped inspire, that person that really wants to be somebody that can maybe help influence somebody else, change something about themselves inside, because we all know that sometimes we can be a bad, hurtful person in whatever situations we go through. We cannot say that we're fucking always amazing, like, oh my God, Susie, I never get mad at anyone. I never, like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. All right. We all go through shit where sometimes we maybe yell at somebody, or we're going having a bad day. We take it out on our goldfish, whatever the fucking case may be, yo. Like, you have to just, and I'm learning. Thank you, Billy, for helping me with that. And sometimes it's like when I do my voices, it's because if I'm really being me all the time, it's like, well, it's just this guy talking in front of a microphone that's not even hooked up. Like, this one isn't, but this one still is. So I guess it wouldn't really matter if they are still all hooked up. So we're working, most definitely pro bono right now, per se, when you interpret that however you want, especially in radio world. But even those little mini cents, they are still counting. They're still going up. So that's always going to be something where you can always be like, man, there is progression, there is movement, and where you are headed in life. You just have to really believe it. You have to believe that what you are focused on, what you are doing. Let's say if you're going to school, you've never been to school before, and you're like, man, fuck, I'm, hey, man, I don't know how my GED yes said. Hey, it's okay, brother. It's okay. It doesn't matter. You can learn. Bam. Okay, man, what do I do now? It said log in. It says it needs my login. That's it. I don't have a login. Okay, well, you don't have a login. You create a login. What is it? Usually an email. Hey, man, what the fuck is an email? That's it. I don't know what the fuck an email is. Whatever you go through, most people should know what the fuck an email is. And I don't know why that's my voice right now, but it's real deal right here. This is not a shtick, although it is catchy in a way where I do like my live in the bone zone. It is I, Billy on the board with the big Sam Hurd, or I'm gonna do it right here. Live in the bone zone with Amy Lopez. Like that Billy on the board voice, especially when you just hear it. Hopefully it hits your ears, and it's somewhat like, yeah, I mean, it's a different person. You see me obviously when you're watching on video, but when you listen and only listen, uh, I created these characters because it helped get out of my shell and be able to still be myself, but portray a different, let's say, persona or alter ego or whatever the case may be. Um, yeah. Of course, we're over the hour mark for Shelby, baby. Time flies when you're having fun. Um, what are we even listening to? We're not really on topic, are we? Where we're talking about who's the best and who's the worst. Um, you have to look at a bunch of sounding, uh, like different sounding, different flows. Uh, you can tell like who is really, really inspired by some genre, or who could maybe just be out there because they just want to create music and they have a manager, or maybe they have, a bunch of people. You never know what's going on behind the scenes unless you're the one behind the scenes. I'm obviously not the one behind the scenes. I'm the one here live in the Bone Zone with Big Sam Hurd. It is I, be on the board with Arion Podcast. That's me. But I can be somebody else. I can be uh, that artist. Like, yeah, let's create music. Let's go. Let's do it. Because when you have something to talk about, you want to talk about something that can help, not destroy. Like, you know, it's a lot of things. People like, oh, you don't want to go burning bridges. Well, I know how to swim. I will swim across that. Whatever the fuck, there was a reason for a bridge. Hopefully, it's not like a bridge like Texas, Louisiana, or any type, something doable. All right. If not, we gonna tread. Oh God, we gonna tread. For real, like tread. You gotta learn how to tread. If you don't have to, you know, be the best swimmer when you're out there in the waters, just enough to tread, huh? And then you have to be able to handle those waves that are coming, whether this way, left, right, up, down, whatever the fucking way these waves will come at you. You have to make sure you can withstand them. If not, we drown, right? Like, and it's a serious thing because it's serious. Literally, it's sad seeing people die in tragic ways. We're dealing with a bunch of mass shootings in this world right now. People are dying of plenty different diseases in this world. Some people just go to sleep at night and don't wake up. Some kids, teachers get shot, you know, right before noon, right before maybe you're gonna go to lunch, or maybe they just came back from lunch. Who knows? But we have to really focus on what's going on in this world, and want to help perfect strangers because it's important that we give back to those people because those people are going to be the ones to genuinely support you and show you love. And then imagine all their family and their friends, that support you now because they see how loving and genuine you are to people and also to the community in ways where that's what takes a lot of people's time, and then now you like people can open they people open restaurants, and it's wonderful. It's so amazing to see so many people do it and open up, let's say, a food truck. Like, man, it'd be amazing for those people to it changes their life once you create something. Like, let's say you have a baby, you have a child. That baby, a child is amazing. Of course, it's gonna probably uh, cost more money to, run that than to ever food truck. But we have to still look at it, our life as like a business. It's our life, it's our business. It's like people say, "Oh, mind your business." Like you're here in my house, you're my business. You're in my street, you're in my neighborhood, it's my business. You're in my country, it's my business. Like, yes, I'm sorry. I was always raised to, keep my ears out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever, shrug it off. What's next? What's next gonna happen in this world? What's gonna happen locally next? Like to anything, to anybody at any moment. Like it's sad that we always think about destruction, but we should be thinking about building, about creating, about planting seeds to not only our generation, but the next generation. Uh, Next generation thugs, not true, humbly united, gathering souls. Um, for my TL fam, I apologize because I'm not always so like, oh, bone thugs, bone thugs, bone, and your winner for the best. Nah, hold on, let's see. Welcome. Yes, we are now live at the Grammys. It is I, Billy on the board with Bone Thugs and Harmony. Yes, Bone Thugs, you are nominated for best best group ever. Nah. Imagine if they ever did some shit like that. Yo, I would fucking vote for Bone Thugs and Harmony to be best group ever. Rap group. Let's say rap group. What about like are Bone Thugs would Bone Thugs be the NSYNC of boy bands or the Backstreet Boys or the Boys to Men? Or they would say they would probably be like the Temptations. We the motherfucking Temptations. Imagine that, like motherfucking Temptations. Let's see what do we got going on right here. All right, we're at 17 right there. Oh, Billy on the board. Don't go off. Please do not go off on me, Billy on the board. I need you, Billy. Most definitely. We always need Billy for something. That's how Shelby gets out of the dungeon because Billy on the board still has a heart. At least she has AC in there. That's a, what I'm trying to say is I don't have a favorite. I don't have a worst. We do have to come together as a community, as artists, as a whole, to really, really bridge whatever gaps are said to be there. Not the one between my teeth. Not the one between my teeth, per se, okay? But for real, though, don't worry about that gap. I'm saying like between sides and exits and you're from this place, you're from that place. It is all Alamo City. It is all 210, Deuce Dime. It is all San Antonio, Texas. We have to be proud of where we are from, and I commend anybody, any artist that puts themselves out there, whether they are really, really, really lyrically talented or really not too much so, but we still have to give people their participation trophy nowadays, a trophy nowadays. So it's one of those things that we have to really look at what's going on. But yeah, are we satisfied with this? Are we okay? All right, so y'all, I'm about to hit you with that deuce. Um, so whoever was watching, show me love, most definitely. Thank you very much. Uh, yeah, mother, I love you. Of course, not just today, but every day. Family, friends, family, boneheads, bitches, bitch ass hoes, hoes, bitches, and bitch ass niggas. Because yes, Steven and Milk can be a bitch too. For Shelby, baby, Michaela, mommy, it is I, Billy on the board with the 210 live, 210 live, 210 live. Enjoy your markout Mondays tonight, Monday Night Raw, and also is it Elevation Dark on YouTube, I believe, AEW. Either way, we'll see how it goes. I gotta press this in button because it's hot in here, and we're gonna turn on the AC. All right, so y'all be safe. Take care. God bless. Build, not destroy. Build, not destroy. Boy, oh boy, I hit you with that thing, but not that toy. Like, freaky right? Ooh, it's a snack. No, just an almond joy. Yes, I'm on an almond boy. Not a motherfucking almond boy, no island boy. Where the SA twins at though? Yo, SA twins at? Where they at though? I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to find these SA twins, yo. SA twins, I need y'all to come through, yo. That way we can holler at the island boys, and I can give you guys my San Antonio boy remix. Y'all can be on my San Antonio boy remix to that. Yeah. I'm San Antonio boy. How does it go? Yeah. No, y'all do not know, and you'll never know because that is exclusive. I'm gonna sell it for $1 million. That song to the SA Twins. Yeah. Deuce, apple juice. Hell yeah. Cause I'm just trying to get a bag, get more shit than I ever had. So hope you can't be ahead of your whole life. So what if I got 2 wives? Where about you and live your life? Cause I can be the shooter with my finger on the trigger and I won't think twice. Yo, but honestly, that's just a defense mechanism. So please, it's like, who wouldn't want to defend their family, their kin, their friends, their wives? They're just human beings, you know. Arion. Thank you for listening to Arion Podcast. This is season 2 episode, or is it season 3? Season 2. Better at season 2. I should already be like at season 4. Anyways, this is Arion Podcast with Billy on the board. Billy on the board, Big Sam Hurts, or Smooth. He is too cool to be on this episode, but at least he did give us a shout out. So that's something. Something's better than nothing, apparently. But we gotta keep on trucking, not give a fuck. Yeah. No, we you actually gotta do care. Yeah. Deuces apple juice, y'all. We're out of here.